walking through the forest with blood on our hands. We got lost.
Hey everyone, I'm Salvador, and welcome to Pitch Love. I'm a footballer living in the Midwest, and I love all things soccer. I started this channel to not only learn about football from professionals, but also to share the love for the game with people from all over the world. And welcome to Pitch Love.
We ran the sea. She was the morning sun. Slowly rose in her brilliance.
Hi, I'm joined today on Pitch Love with Brandon Eaton. That's how you pronounce it, right?
Brandon Eaton, just
Eaton.
like the food.
He plays midfield for Forward Madison FC. That's it. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Chesapeake, Virginia. Got a older brother. I was raised by my mother. Me and my brother started playing soccer at young ages. For me, it was 4. For him, it was 9 at the time because he's 4 years older than me, so he's about to turn 9. So he was 8. But I started playing at a rec level, and then after a couple years of rec and killing it at that level, I heard about club soccer and travel soccer. So I tried out for a local club in the area called, at the time, CSSC. I think it's still around, but it's called Chesapeake United Soccer Club.
Is that a PDL team? Is that a PDL team?
It's a club team, like youth soccer.
Okay.
At this time, my first travel team I tried out was U11, so I was 10 years old. That was the first travel club team I made. So I played there for a good 3 to 4 years, and then I moved to a club that was almost a rival club called Beach FC in Virginia Beach area, where I spent the remainder of my youth playing career there before. So I played there for the remainder of my years as for club soccer, and I committed for a short period of time. I committed to play soccer at Virginia Tech in the ACC. So I went there my freshman year in college, and I played a good majority of games. Like, a lot of people always ask me, why'd you leave? You started a lot of games, played a lot of games, but I just wasn't really enjoying all aspects of soccer there and the way things were being run at the time when I was there. So I ended up spending just the fall season there, transferring after 3 months to VCU, where I spent the rest of my college career there playing in midfield for
What does BC stand for?
Virginia Commonwealth University.
Okay,
So,
I was going to say Boston College.
yeah. I always forget that I'm like, I jumped pretty far from the East Coast.
Yeah,
So
no,
I always tell people, I'm like, VCU, everyone knows VCU abbreviations. And I'm like, oh, wait, this is kind of different now. But yeah, Richmond, Virginia. I played a lot of games for them. Unfortunate to never win any championships with them. Playing a couple finals, just was always on the wrong end of the matches and results there. But I really value my time at VCU. Zero regrets in making that transfer and spending my time there for college. And
go on.
You can go on.
Okay, so my first question was, what was your first big break from making it a dream to a reality?
My first big break. So, in hindsight, it's funny to look back, but I never, in the summers of basically the off season of college soccer, all my friends, even teammates at VCU and other colleges, would all go off to, PDL teams where they play for Portland Timbers 2, like USL 2 teams and stuff like that, where they're under the umbrella of a pro organization, but they're playing games where they're like with a group of, it's high level, and they're also you get away from your college town. Like, say you're in Richmond, you leave Richmond for the whole summer, you spend it in Portland, where you're around a bunch of other college players and you play games and stuff like that. And you think of that as the biggest exposure piece. But for me, during my Richmond off seasons, my coach at the time, bless his heart for doing this to me, but kept me in Richmond each summer, and I trained with the local USL team at the time, Richmond Kickers, where I wasn't allowed to play in any games, so that was a little frustrating, but I was able to train at a very high level.
You were a practice player.
Basically a practice player, yeah. So I just trained all summer with them, which was a big exposure piece. At the time, being young, I was like, I want to be in Portland. I want to be taking cool pics at the beach and stuff. But I was in Richmond, and I was basically a pro, but not a pro. So I was around pro guys that were at a very good level, and I think that was, looking back, was my first big break, because in hindsight, that's where I signed. The coach was the coach when I graduated from VCU. He was still there a long time, Lee Cowshaw, and he saw me a lot, liked me, and he was the one that gave me my first pro contract based off of being with me for so long and knowing me.
So you playing in your local USL team was your first big opportunity to get big exposure when everyone else went to a PDL team.
Basically, yeah. So I had friends that would play for Timbers too. Some of them went on to not either get drafted by Portland Timbers and play for the Timbers too, or they just got signed by Timbers too. Like my college roommate played for Timbers too for a summer and got signed by their USL team after the summer. So in my head, I'm like, wow, that could be me, but I'm in Richmond. But everything kind of worked out for me in the end, I guess.
Yeah, it paid off in the end.
Yeah.
So number 3 was, what's something you didn't know your first year that you wish that you know now?
My first year as a pro?
Yeah.
Let's see. Something that I didn't know, but I do know now. Let's see. I guess it's a tough one. I guess the biggest thing for me is knowing that the way things run are not so much as like a college. Like guys, when coming into it, I was expecting it to be more like college brothers. Not that it isn't a brotherhood being in a pro side, but you hang out with people all the time. But I came into it, I was one of the younger players, and a lot of people had family, kids, and not to mention jobs that they had to work on. So I come into it and I see people bringing their kids around and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, I did not expect this. I'm like, well, I'm getting old here now, so this is the normal thing. So
how old are you?
I'm 25 now. So.
You're old? What? You haven't even lived 1/4. Actually, you have lived 1/4 of your life.
Yeah.
You're young.
Yeah, still young. But at that time, I think I was 21. And a lot of the guys, I was in a pretty experienced Richmond team my first year. A lot of the guys were 27, 28, and even in their 30s. So
you were a rookie starting out in the senior team.
I was picking up a lot of cones.
Yeah.
After training, they're like, "Oh yeah, Brandon, can you grab that goal over there?" Yeah.
So number 4 was, when you were able to make that jump between, and when you're in college, I don't know if it's really just a dream, but it's, you know what I mean? Like in between being a professional and being an idea or something you work towards. What was that like?
For me, it was a relief for the most part, because in college it's hard oftentimes the player to juggle the academics, the social life, and the playing aspect. So I think it was a relief in the fact that once I signed a contract, I've been able to dedicate more time to my development and growth as a player. Yeah, more focus as well.
Yeah. So number 5 says, what advice would you give to a young 16-year-old trying to go through the professional ranks? So basically me.
I'm 16-year-old. I would give you the advice to just stay focused and continue to work on the things that you know your game needs development and put in the hours, the days, the shifts and sessions that really help you grow, and have that vision that of the things you want to accomplish like in your head, because that helps motivate you. And honestly, like my mom always told me, like visualize yourself making a success that you want to happen, and that when I'm running extra fitness, when I'm doing training, like taking touches, shooting, passing, that's what motivates me to do better the next rep if I do make a mistake. So
what is your future goals? That's the next question.
future goals?
Yeah.
I wanna play as long as I can, as long as my body holds up, and I want to play at the highest level I can. So for me, my biggest goal as a player right now is becoming the best version of myself and kind of competing against myself. I pay zero attention to the guys around me or what they're doing. And I just kind of look myself in the mirror and think, if I can become the best me, I strongly believe I can end where I want to end at the end of the day. So
who's your favorite player?
favorite player?
Yeah, who do you model your playing style after?
My favorite player that I watched probably countless YouTube videos growing up was Ronaldinho. So I watched a lot of Ronaldinho videos and do some step overs here and there. They kind of went down as I grew older and the level increased. And
you can't flip flap over somebody's head.
Yeah, I've had to simplify my YouTube personality at this level, but it's still deep down in my heart.
We've been walking through the forest with blood on our hands. We got lost in such a foreign land where we could be free. We could be free. I'm a pagan, I'm a pilgrim, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I'm one of God's children that's descended from the snake. We've been deceived, we've been deceived. She was the morning sun, slowly exposed to her brilliance, slowly exposed to her brilliance. Oh, the taste.